What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. So, the trials and tribulations rise and fall. The saga of professional basketball player Liz Cambage has been very well documented. She is not one to be shy about speaking her mind or reluctant or one to hold her tongue about any situation that she's feeling or wants to speak out about. And one of the biggest controversies she faced as a basketball player, representing her home country of Australia, leading up to the Tokyo Olympics. She ended up leaving and withdrawing from the games after speculation was going around that she might have used some racial slurs directed at the Nigerian national team during training camp. Well, she spoke out about that for the first time in years in an interview with Taylor Rooks, giving her side of the story. Let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Liz Cambage has been a dominant force in the WNBA ever since 2011 when she was taken number 2 overall by that team in Tulsa, formerly but now known as the Dallas Wings, formerly the Tulsa Shock. Anyways, from the get-go, she was outspoken and letting her mind be known when she said, quote, "I don't want to play at Tulsa. I've made that clear. They want me to be a franchise player, but I'm not going to the WNBA for that." End quote. And she only played 50 games for the franchise, so she made a few jumps after that, playing for the Las Vegas Aces with Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum, and the crew, where she was dominant. And then things kind of went downhill where she, sat out the 2020 season because of COVID and health protocol reasons, which, many athletes did, so no shame to her for that. She ended up getting a divorce from the Aces and joined the Los Angeles Sparks in February 2022 as a free agent, but she ended up leaving the league mid-season in 2022, and she cited several different reasons like player empowerment, support, and compensation, things that they are still fighting for to this day. But the list of issues that she's had with people in the league, known as sort of a gossip and one to, hey, get on your rump if you get out of line, you know what I'm saying? Memorably, she got into it with the Kinetic Sun coach at the time, Kurt Miller. It was a heated discussion that broke out between them two on the sidelines during the game when they were going at it back in 2021. And she gave us the update on her Instagram story about how Miller disrespected her by saying that she weighed 300 pounds. And she was not going for it.
I will never let a man disrespect me. Ever, especially a little white one. Pick up the phone, call the psych, because you projecting some bullshit right now. And next time you try to disrespect me, remember, I'm 235. It might seem like 300 pounds to your little ass. I'm 235, baby.
The league ended up suspending Miller and fined him 10 racks over that. But then more trouble followed, more drama when she requested a jersey number, a jersey change for the Sparks. She wanted number 8, which was retired. Then she moved and wanted number 1. But Amanda Zahu did not want to give up the jersey, and management went over her head. So that caused some friction with the team as well with the jersey number. People don't play about them jerseys. There were some other issues where she was accused of criticizing teammates during film sessions and accused them of not passing her the rock, just looking her off, and that was reported by Just Women's Sports. Now, you gotta remember, she only played 25 games with the Sparks in general. Then after that, she found herself outside of the league and went on to sign for a team, number 1 team in Saudi Arabia, making that bank, a team that was number 1 in their league and had several other WNBA players. She averaged 19 and 11 over there, and they won the regular season title and the cup in 2023. So she's out there doing her thing. She only played in 14 games. But this isn't her first absence from the WNBA. She took a hiatus in 2013 and was out the league for 5 years playing overseas in places like New Zealand and China. But in 6 seasons, we can't ignore the dominance. In 6 seasons, she racked up a total of 2,634 points and over 1,200 rebounds in 6 seasons. Her career average in the WNBA is 15 points, over 7 boards, and over 1 block a game. And it's just crazy to me when you look back at those Aces days where she was teaming up with that loaded squad. Like, that is crazy. And she was a force for Australia as well on the international scene, where she's no longer gonna ever play for them. Like, they came out and said she will never play with them, and she was critical on 2 different occasions with them. One was when she spoke out during the Black Lives Matter movement in Australia, talking about how bad conditions were for indigenous people and just being an Australian citizen, how tough it was as a person of color. She also called them out for a lack of diversity when they made the promos to promote the players that were representing the country of Australia in those Summer Olympics. They were all white. And she didn't take too kindly that none of the athletes of color were represented.
One token POC in a photo is not good enough. At AOC, it's sad. The whitewashing is sad. Your black athletes lead you everywhere. Indigenous athletes are some of the best athletes we have, and y'all don't use them at all.
To be honest with y'all, man, I can't even be mad for her about that. Hey, representation matters, and I'll just leave it at that. But the big thing that kind of felt like it sealed the deal for her was when she left the Tokyo Olympics. She was a member of the Australian national team and allegedly called some of the Nigerian players from the Nigeria national team monkeys during training camp, and she ended up withdrawing weeks prior to the tournament over mental health concerns, and that was a whole total fiasco if y'all remember. But she actually spoke out about that and gave her perspective and her side of the story with Taylor Rooks.
Obviously, there were reports of a physical and verbal altercation between your Australian team and the Nigerian team, and a report says that you called the players monkeys and told them to go back to their third world country. You have vehemently denied these reports.
Yes.
But there is also a group of people that say that you did say these things. Why are these stories so drastically different?
A lot of girls don't like me. I don't really lean towards racially backed insults. That's not how I go. I'm very pro-black.
So you maintain that you did not say
I did not
either of
say
those
these
things.
to these guys.
Why would something as bad as this happen?
Because the truth looks a lot worse for other organizations involved than using me as a scapegoat. Like, why does Nigeria want me to leave Australia and go represent them?
You're saying right now?
We're filing for me to leave the Australian team so I can represent Nigeria.
Because Nigeria would like you to join the team?
I've been in cahoots. I've been talking with them since all of this happened. This is what I mean. People don't know the truth.
Cambage has been celebrated as a sex icon. You know what I'm saying? She moved into the OnlyFans type of work where she was doing the pictures and just not ashamed to show her body, man. And hey, she's a beautiful woman. She shouldn't be ashamed. And it took off. So she's had success on and off the court, developing and making herself a brand. So respect for that. And she's still hooping, giving out work as well. So who knows what's next if she will return to the WNBA. It'll be something to keep an eye out on. But it was interesting to hear this tidbit from her side of the story. And the fact that now she may end up suiting up for that same Nigeria team. Man, that is crazy. Anyways, let me know how y'all feel in the comments about the situation and what y'all think. I'd love to hear from y'all. Make sure to join our memberships, man. We got that exclusive content coming from you daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. This is Live with Brandon Blakeney. Until next time, hey, we out.